As you listen, you can already notice how your mind loves to play with focus, doesn't it? Think about it. Remember that time you got so lost in a moment, maybe laughing with friends until your sides ached, or staring at a sunset so vivid it felt like the sky was painting your soul. Your attention was a fucking laser, wasn't it? Sharpened, locked in, amplifying every colour, every sound until the whole world felt alive. That's you naturally wielding harmonic inversion, turning chaos into coherence without even trying. Your brain was doing what it was built for, firing neurons in sync, creating electromagnetic waves that science calls coherence. Studies from places like HeartMath Institute, they show your heart and brain sync up when you focus on love, gratitude or awe, pumping out a signal so clear it's like Wi-Fi for the universe. You're already a master at this, even if you don't know it. Now, let's slowly and easily drift deeper into this truth. Picture your mind as a vast orchestra. Every thought a musician. Every emotion a note. Sometimes it's a cacophony, fear, doubt, the nagging voice saying, what if I fuck this up? Or what will people think? But you can gently shift the conductor's baton, can't you? You've done it before. Maybe you were stressed as hell, but you took a deep breath, focused on something that mattered, a kind word, a goal, a song. Suddenly the noise softened, the music aligned. That's harmonic inversion. It's you redirecting the chaos into a symphony. And as you relax even deeper, you can feel that power stirring, like a sleeping dragon waking up in your chest, ready to breathe fire into your life. So let's chunk down to the nitty-gritty detail, because your unconscious mind loves specifics. Every time you choose where to point your attention, you're sculpting your brain. Neuroplasticity, fancy word, real shit. It means your neurons rewire based on what you focus on. When you obsess over drama, gossip, or that asshole who cut you off in traffic, your brain builds pathways for more of that noise. But when you focus on what lights you up, learning, creating, loving, your prefrontal cortex lights up like a fucking Christmas tree, strengthening connections that make you sharper, calmer, more alive. Studies, like from MIT, show focused attention boosts gamma waves, the brain's high-frequency hum of insight and creativity. You're not just thinking, you're engineering reality, one thought at a time. Now, let's float effortlessly to the big picture, because this isn't just about feeling good. It's about you becoming a goddamn force of nature. So imagine a future where you've mastered this harmonic inversion, and you wake up every morning buzzing with clarity, your attention a lightsaber slicing through bullshit, and you walk into a room and people feel it, your energy, your presence, like a magnet pulling them toward possibility. Because you're weaving music and math, science and spirit into a life that sings. You're untouchable by propaganda because you see patterns, harmonic recursion across scales, from the spiral of a galaxy to the rhythm of your breath. Your relationships deepen, your work explodes with creativity, and your heart feels like a fucking supernova, radiating love, energy, life. That's the equation. Attention is love, is energy, is life. It's not woo, it's physics, biology, and truth all rolled into one. But let's get real for a second, because your unconscious might be whispering, what if I can't do this? What if I look like a fucking idiot? That's fear. It's just static. Old wiring from a world that wants you distracted, scrolling numb. You're afraid because you've been taught to stay small, to fit in, to avoid rocking the boat. But you already know how to push past that. Remember when you took a chance? Maybe you spoke up in a meeting or tried something new and it felt like you were flying. That's you, overriding the fear circuit. Science backs this. Naming your fear, it shrinks the amygdala's grip, letting your prefrontal cortex take the wheel. So as you relax even deeper now, you can let those fears dissolve like mist in the morning sun, because you're built for this. Your unconscious is already nodding, saying, fuck yeah, I got this. Now, let's gently amplify this. Picture your attention as a river, flowing strong and wild. Sometimes it's been dammed up by doubt, by distraction, by all the psychic confetti that the world throws at you. But you can easily redirect that river, can't you? You've done it before. When you chose to focus on a kind word instead of a slight, or when you got lost in a project and time vanished. Now imagine redirecting that river toward a lush valley, growing forests of possibility. Every time you choose clarity over chaos, love over fear, you're carving that valley deeper. Your brain's dopamine system cheers, reinforcing the habit, making it so natural and effortless to focus on what matters. And as you sink deeper into this truth, you can feel your unconscious locking this in, making harmonic inversion your default, like breathing, like loving, like living. And what happens if you don't act on this? Let's be blunt. You'll stay stuck, leaking energy like a busted pipe. You'll scroll through life, numb, tired, wondering why you feel like a hamster on a fucking wheel. The karmic backlash is real. Apathy breeds entropy. And you'll wake up in a decade with a soul that feels like a drained battery. But if you embrace this, holy shit, the future is electric. You'll build a life that hums with coherence, relationships that spark, work that flows, a mind that weaves art and science like a cosmic DJ. You'll be a polymath, dancing between disciplines, seeing music and math, philosophy in a heartbeat. People will feel your energy and want to join the dance, because you're not just reacting, you're creating. And here's how you spread this fire. You already pace and lead others naturally. When you listen to a friend bitch about their day and then nudge them toward hope, you're doing it. So amplify that shit. Imagine someone stuck in a victim loop. You pace them. Yeah, life has been a fucking dumpster fire, hasn't it? Then you lead. But you're a goddamn phoenix, and you've risen from worse. Remember that time you turned it around? You're using their beliefs, their identity, to point them toward possibility. NLP calls this sleight of mouth, reframing their I can't into you're already doing it, and you're fucking unstoppable. Confusion opens their mind, and you slip in a new story. Science says it works because the brain craves coherence. Disrupt the old pattern. It'll grab the new one like a lifeline. The patterns that keep you stuck, victimhood, perfectionism, distraction, they're like quicksand, draining your juice. But you can interrupt them. Notice when you're whining, waiting for perfect, or scrolling mindlessly. Call it out, laugh at it. Redirect your laser. Research on habit shows you can rewire your patterns in weeks by swapping bad cues for new routines. You're not a victim, you're a creator. You're not imperfect, you're evolving. You're not distracted, you're learning to focus like a fucking Jedi. So as you drift deeper now, feeling this truth settle into every cell, your unconscious, it's installing harmonic inversion as your new identity. You're a voltage source in a living circuit, amplifying love, energy, life with every breath. You're weaving science, art and spirit into a life that fucking roars. And if you ever doubt, just feel that dragon in your chest, that river in your soul, that lightsaber in your mind. You're the mirror, the observer, the observation. You're the whole equation. Now go out there, flip the breaker to on. The universe is waiting and is ready to dance.